Well, this is the 23rd of February 2026. On my way down, I just left my house. I'm on South Capitol Street heading down to the U.S. Court of Federal Claims. We've got to file a motion to strike and a motion to stay all proceedings in that court after what happened on Friday rather. It just gets worse and worse every day, folks. It gets worse and worse. You check the videos out yourself. Go back on my history. You'll see that I'm standing in there fighting every day. What I'm doing is not only about myself, it's about everybody, every citizen in this nation. And we can't stand by and let these lying, thieving lawyers destroy our nation state, which they're doing at a rapid pace right now. But none of them will, not one court will give you, answer the question as to the corporate status of the United States, Inc. and all its subsidiary corporations. They're registered on, they've got a Dun & Bradstreet number, they've got a IRS number they're operating under. That means that you're not a nation state, you're a private for-profit corporation, and all these sub-corporations that you have underneath of you have to be held accountable to the organic constitution and rule of law in this country. I heard from one of the beneficiaries, even today, she's trying to get her attorney. I've got to get some papers and file for her brother at the Perkins Institute. They've got him incarcerated over there on a phony charge. And they've had him for almost 2.5 years. She hasn't seen him, so I'm petitioning the Perkins Institute to give me his ID numbers so that we can set up an appointment to have her come down and visit, and we can ask some questions about what really happened to Cheryl Phillips and Dalton the night that Andrews Rogers' son visited them and forced them both to sign away all their rights in their properties. It's insane. It's insane. These judges are none but every judge that I have been before had the knowledge, they had the ability, they had the responsibility to respect the rule of law and to give me a trial. They're afraid to give me a jury trial because I argued and won my first 2 jury trials with less than 6 months of preparation against a judge in circuit court in Maryland who was a brother-in-law of the mafia leader, a mafia agent for the Gilbert Saperstein crime syndicate, who was formerly the defense attorney for Spiro T. Agnew in his impeachment hearing and had been disbarred. And he stole my business for $5 and then admitted on the stand that, well, Mr. McDermott, you would never sign the documents. So we took the documents, we took the check back from the corporate attorney, and we tore it up. You know, and I said, you're here suing me for my home and to make me homeless after you took over a $2 million business. And you're telling the judge and the jury that you have taking the check back. The only consideration that you allegedly gave was $5, and you tore it up. How insane does that sound to you, sir? Jury came back, gave him our final oral arguments, opening statement, closing statement. The judge did everything he could to keep me from presenting a case. He even took and struck all my voir dire. And well, I asked for, all the regular voir dire that was accorded to an attorney. Now, you're a second-class citizen. You have no rights in this court. Well, I found out 2 years later, well, he was the brother-in-law of the plaintiff. This was just, that's when it started. It actually started before then. It actually started in the bankruptcy court in Greenbelt, Maryland, where the judges in that court, the lawyers and the clerks brought in a friend of Thomas Smith who was on his court in Greenbelt and the Prince George's County Circuit Court, Gerald Shape, and they held up. He came in and everything I said he denied. I said, that's fine, Your Honor. I said, we're here to make a statement, make a record. And just to let you know, I'll be going down filing charges against you with the administrative officers of the court and the Court Judicial Commission. And then I'll find out later. He wasn't even a judge of the court. He was a shoe-in judge. Yet they profited over $40 million. That's how far they'll go to cover up for these corrupt judges and attorneys. You can't not make this up. But I asked everybody to pray for Sherry Evelyn and her brother and help us get back the over $18 million, way over $18 million that was stolen from her father's estate. And she has a right to be made right. Had this incursion into her life never happened under the Maryland Declaration of Rights. So I'm getting ready to go. I'm downtown already. You see how far I live away from. I'm going under the 9th Street Tunnel. Not 9th Street, but 12th Street Tunnel. And should be at the Court of Federal Claims in about 45 minutes. So, Dave, every paper I picked up on, when I filed the papers on Saturday by certified mail, I'm not going to let them defeat and wipe out our constitutional rights because I'm a pro se litigant. That's bullshit. Trying to tell me that lawyers, have to be, one law says the lawyers can't be licensed in any state in the United States. That their bar number is nothing more than a bar card. It's a union. And on the other hand, they're saying, well, their license, their registration with the state bars is their authority. You can't have it both ways. We need to know what's going on. So I'll pick this up when I'm here down on Constitution Avenue. I'll pick this up. Traffic can get a little heavy. God bless everyone. Have a good day.